Hi, my name is Yasmin, and I'm going to introduce you guys to my final speech, legalization of marijuana.
My name is Melika, I'm 41.
My name is Elvir, 46.
My name is Adnan and I'm 21 years old.
My name is Nazir, 50.
My name is Javida, 39. Sam nađe koliko godina ima.
66.
Yeah.
I'm Almira, I'm 17.
And finally,
I'm Alman, I'm 22.
okay. So I'm going to start off with, would you rather end cancer with weed or start cancer with cigarettes? Legalizing marijuana will help improve our country's financials and will be a positive impact in our communities. The legalization of marijuana will impact the economy in a positive way, help decrease petty crime, and help people with sickness. Firstly, legalizing marijuana will decrease petty crime. In the city of Denver, the crime rate has decreased 2% since the legalization of marijuana. So I want to use Denver as an example because they're one of the first big cities that were actually, legalized with marijuana. And a 2% decrease of crime is honestly like it's huge. It's like just imagine like Chicago with the decrease of 2% in crime. I mean that's huge. So in the Huffington Post, this is why marijuana should be legal everywhere. In 2012, a study by the Mexican Competitiveness Institute found the legalization would take market profits away from cartel businesses. Former DEA intelligence specialist Sean Dugan told Vice News that a national legal cannabis market will negatively impact drug cartels. Profits so much that cannabis won't be a viable business for the Mexican cartels, the same way bootleggers disappeared after prohibition fell. So from that quote, we learned that if we legalize marijuana, we take opportunities from drug cartels and gangs that are around here. We'll take away a lot of their profit margins that they make. So like they said in the quote, it's just like bootleggers. When alcohol was illegal, there was bootleggers, and as soon as it became illegal, they all disappeared. But people may argue that they will move away from marijuana and they're gonna move towards, let's just say, cocaine and heroin. But cocaine and heroin are on a whole different level. They're way more expensive than marijuana, and they're just more. It's a more dangerous drug. I mean, marijuana it's natural. It's a natural drug. So at the same time, legalizing marijuana will improve economy. So according to USA Today, about $53 million worth of marijuana was sold in the United States. In 2016, 87% was sold illegally and 13% was sold legally. So if we look at this statistic, $53 billion in 2016 was accumulated by marijuana. It just shows that what we can do with that money to incorporate that into our own government. I mean, we could even open up schools with that money. We can, there's so many people that are jobless. It's going to open up more opportunities for those people. According to NBC News, legal U.S. pot sales soared to $5.4 billion in 2015, up 17.4% from $4.6 billion in 2014, according to the data released Monday by ArcView Group. So that's previous years from 2016. As you can see, the amount it grew from 2014 to 15 to 2016 is tremendous. So I think every year is going to grow more and more. So like I said before, it could improve our economy by a lot. We have a big, our country's in debt by a lot. So $53 billion could help us improve all of that. Last but not least, using marijuana for medical use and easier access. So marijuana recreational use had dated back to 2900 BC. According to Procon, the Chinese Emperor Fu Shi, whom the Chinese credit with bringing civilization to China, seems to have made reference to man, the Chinese word for cannabis. Nothing that cannabis was very popular medicine that proposed both yin and yang. So with marijuana medically dating back to 2900 BC, it's just proven to us that even back in the day, it was a normal thing. How's it a big issue now? I mean, it's just a natural herb. So I think that we're just putting pressure on our people. I mean, for example, we're selling cigarettes. Cigarettes are causing cancer, are causing tremendous amount of things. Alcoholism is a really bad thing. A lot of people drink alcohol, they go out and they kill themselves. Have you ever heard that from marijuana? That's exactly what I thought. According to Discovery Health article, marijuana has been extremely successful in relieving nausea, which is extremely good news for cancer patients suffering from nausea as a side effect of chemotherapy. So once again, I just talked about cancer and cigarettes, the correlation, but marijuana can help reduce side effects from chemotherapy and all that stuff. So if people can have easier access, so like for example, they don't have to go through all these big steps and going through all these big medical, doctors and all that just to get, if it's legal, people have easier access, they use it, and they could cure your symptoms and maybe even cure cancer, who knows. The drug also helps with people who have loss of appetite due to diseases such as HIV/AIDS. Furthermore, it helps relax muscles, tension, and spasms, and chronic pain. The positive effect of medical marijuana outweighs the negative side effects. So, like I said, cancer, HIV, AIDS, I mean, it just brings the best of both worlds for people. Some people might disagree and say, oh, well, if it was so good medically back then, how come it never helped people? I've never heard of people having that much cancers outbreaks in the back, in the 2900s or back then. It's a bigger problem right now. So that's another point that I made. Finally, legalizing marijuana will change our country in 3 different ways. We can use the money generated from marijuana sales to decrease our debt in our country. It can help ease access for medical use easier, and finally keep people out of jail for petty crime. And I want to close this off by a Bob Marley quote: "Herb is the healing of a nation. Alcohol is the destruction." Thank you.